We're still watching the program this morning on ITV. It's now time for our first discussion. This morning we shall be looking at a very, very critical topic that has to do with the ongoing demolition exercise in the FCT. If you remember, on Friday we had a report on ITV where the FCT minister has given a marching order to the team responsible for that, ensuring that we don't have illegal structures in the FCT to go ahead, despite or not minding whose property is involved, especially those whose property may be on the wrong side. But this morning, we have a guest in the studio. For those of you that followed ITV very well this morning on ITV, would have expected him to be on the seat where I'm sitting. If you're used to the program, he's always sitting where I'm sitting at the moment. But it's a privilege for me to take him this time as the one spearheading the ongoing efforts to get Abuja clean, to put Abuja back on the roadmap on what the founding fathers initially wanted the FCT to look like. And I have in the studio this morning the Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister on Monitoring, Inspection and Enforcement, Mr. Xraying. Very good morning to you, sir.
A wonderful morning, John. A wonderful morning, Via.
Yes, this morning we're looking at the demolition exercise going on so far. Can you just take us through the mandate of your office as the Senior Special Assistant to the FCT on Monitoring, Inspection and Enforcement?
I think, thank you very much. It's a wide one. It's a tripod one. Some persons had called it 3-in-1. Some had called it the Trinity Office and whatever. That may just be within the context of how they view it. But looking at it clearly going forward here, it's one office that has to do, it's wider, far beyond just the issue of removal of illegal structures and enforcement of several issues around the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Inspection is very key. Monitoring is very key. These are wide office that cuts across almost the entirety of offices within the Federal Capital Territory Administration here. So we'll be going beyond just our office, going to almost all departments, checking what is going on, checking how best people execute government projects and how best they do what they do. And if possible, those who don't do what they do, will be checking actions as well as inactions to ensure that everyone actually behave appropriately and work for the work that they are being paid for. The other one, which is the one largely we look at, we are being on, is the issue of enforcement, which remove maybe demolition, removal of illegal structures, clearing of shanties, and carrying out other enforcement components within the Federal Capital Territory Administration here, particularly the very critical and the very, very complex ones.
All right, let's look at the enforcement, which is the bedrock of our discussion for this morning. So many persons have already been pointing accusing fingers to the FCT that demolitions are being done without prior notice. How true is this?
You see, most times what I have come to learn about the issue of removal of illegal structures is that instead of persons to agree that we committed illegality, that's the first thing, we committed illegality, and we ought not to be where we are. We don't have any genuine paper. If you observe all through what we've been doing, we've not seen anyone come to ITV and tell ITV, we got genuine paper. This are my genuine allocation paper in Idosabo, Idoserike, in Mpape, in Gwarimpa, in Yanya, in the city center, in everywhere, even Duselaj in Kubwa. We got genuine allocation paper. These are our papers. No documents at all whatsoever. Now you have built illegally, and we'll come and say, okay, we want to give you notice. We give you notices after notices after notices, and after everything, just go and check the newspaper. Even check your clips as ITV. You discover that we give extreme notices. Even in Mpape now, the areas we clear, they are already building. People are building when ordinarily there is already provision in the budget for the road for next year. For the Mpape Sherry Galwi Road, people are building back. And we have marked it and remarked again last week. So when the bulldozers and the machine rolled in, those who are building quickly on the ground that we are not coming, we said we did not give them notices. We gave them notices. We have removed all the structures. They are building back in anticipation that we're not going to come back. Maybe they had gathered some money somewhere, which is the common practice. You give it to somebody somewhere to actually, the person will tell you, okay, I will see the tax force, I will see whatever, and you aggregate your bribe in millions, and you start to build without approval, build without permission. We are still going to come back. The truth about it going forward is that whether we give notices. Sorry, we give notices very much, but people will always wait until we come. Like I told somebody in Utako, if you remove your things, you don't need to see us. When we tell you, you shouldn't be here, go. Give us a setback of 5 meters. You give the setback and you remove whatever is there, we won't come. But should you wait for us to come, we would come. And very soon, like what the minister raised, we will soon start to arrest people who build illegal structure. Because the one of Mpape, we spend so much money coming to spend time here. If we are coming back again to come and remove them, which we'll be doing very, very soon, then the people who are keeping those structures will likely be arrested and charged to court.
Well, in as much as we know that the Pape residents, for instance, have really taken over the road again, just like you mentioned.
They will be removed.
Yes, but the other aspects of this discussion is that why do we always wait until when we see these illegal structures before the government?
No, sometimes if you go to Development Control Department, you discover that there are markings. The mark. When you mark the structure, that means
from the earliest stage where the structures are coming up.
You mark the structures already. The ones in Mpape now, all the mistakes they are making now, building shops that have been removed, they have all been marked. These people I don't know. I feel pained. Why are you wasting your money? The machines will pass through these shops again. We have already given you setback of about 5 meters. We've pushed it back to where we will take, and when the road will be coming, let's hope the budget is passed for next year and the road corridors approved. Mpape Sherry Galwi that will take through Beggar Yard, everything down the other way. So that we have already shown you the line we want to. You are building it back again. The truth about it is they started building, we have marked, we are marking, they are building. We are not waiting. The day the machines are ready, properly oiled, with enough diesel and everything, we pass through those places. Sometimes I agree with you. We have seen cases like in Ido Sabo and other areas where people built and built and built and built to the road. That's why the minister created this office for enforcement, so that enforcement will be swift, so that development control officers in each department, in each district, we get machines. When they get machines quickly, we clear all the illegalities in those areas and we remove them.
So let's look at the areas you've been able to enforce in terms of the demolition. We've seen in Mpape, we've been in Kobo. What is the reception there about the people?
Well, the reception is bad. The demolition is not a good thing. That's the truth about it. You will take it very clearly. Nobody is happy about demolition. We must say that very clearly. Nobody is happy about it. Maybe in some instances, like in Mpape case now, those who own those illegal structures are not happy about it. But the people who benefits from driving through the roads will be very, very happy about it. Even the umbrella market will find a way to actually remove that one so that everybody road will be clear. You cannot drive freely. Those who live in Beggar Quarry now have a breath of fresh air. I'm talking about the public community. Those industrial Alhaji, we've touched some Sokale area. The work there is not done. Those who are the extremely traffic bottleneck have been a little bit reduced. We are hoping that we'll go there and do more. When we go to some other areas, we remove also the issue of crime. The issue of crime is being tackled. Some of those shanties we removed or we touched very much, Babambola and others. It actually reduces crime. So when all of those ones are reduced, those in the neighborhood will be happy. But those who own the illegal structures that we touch, the illegal container, the illegal bacha, and everything will not be happy with us. So it's a two-way thing here. Likely the owners are not happy. They are not happy at all. But some persons are happy. But at the long run, we are convinced that everyone will come and be happy about it.
So like those that have been displaced, like you said, most of them are illegal structures. But we have some other persons who have said, apart from the prior notice, they felt they should be compensated. Those who do mini businesses or small scale businesses. Are there plans in your program that, okay, we're going to move you people from this place probably to the main market and ensure that you get space? Because, for instance, in Mpape here, most of the traders who were on the road corridors were expected to go back to the market. And now the markets, the prices for these shops are not they are rich.
I think the case of Mpape is a case of some people who, from my own point of view, love to live on illegality. Some of them love to live on illegality. We've removed it. We really want to get the road up. We've removed it. We've cleared it here. Many persons for about 2-3 weeks we are off the road. Later on, when we go to other areas to go and work, they start to come back gradually, and now they are coming back in large numbers, which we also would be taking off. We'll be taking them off. The truth about it, there's another market at Mpape, the one by the secondary school, which many persons are converting to residential apartment. That one, we ask them to go there. That's a very large market that can take a lot of people. But the fact that they are used to the roadside is what is a lot more quite disturbing and against the Urban and Regional Planning and the Environmental Act. We cannot allow those ones here so that they can go in. But if you stay on the roadside, some persons are from local chiefs come and share portion for you. I think people don't stay on the roadside for free. Some persons come there, they partition the roadside for you, and they collect 3,000 from your hand. So you calculate the money you pay every day. That has already given you a shop. But they prefer to stay by the roadside. And one guy will come there, a selling kaswa or whatever, and be taking money from all of you who hang by the roadside. And that is inappropriate here. So I think the main issue is that they should go to the market, go to the shop, but leave the road shoulders and the road corridor. The road shoulder is not a market.
Yeah, apart from the markets, we know that structures, even in communities. For instance, we had a case in Gwarimpa where some persons said they bought lands from village chiefs. And that case has been on and on in the FCT, where people buy lands from village chiefs without original papers. And I think it has been because of some of these illegal structures you see your men have been putting down. So what's the FCT doing about this? Is this in connivance with the FCT, or the village chiefs just go ahead and indulge in such practices? Even
the village chiefs have come out to deny that they are not the ones who sell. That although some of them say they are aware that some of their subjects sell, but the chiefs have said they don't sell. They do not sell lands. And those who sell land, those who buy lands, are buying from some persons. Those who sell will tell you that what they sell in the agreement was they are selling farmlands. That they sold farmlands. That those who are buying from them are buying farmlands. So if you are buying farmlands from them, then you shouldn't be doing anything, because you are expected to do everything humanly possible to ensure that you do not build where you shouldn't build. So when you carry title documents that are very weak, and you are doing things that are inappropriate here, we have warned people over time, don't buy from local chiefs. You are not an indigene. And when push comes to shove, the indigenes will stand by their houses. The indigenes will be compensated and resettled, but you will not be. We had the case when we went to Karamajiji, behind the Kukwaba 2 rail station, where people, a large community, bought on the existing carriageway leading to the Kukwaba train station. And they were all not indigene. Everything there was removed. The indigene were paid for their cashew trees. Those who bought from them had all the houses, all the structures brought down and crushed. That's the truth. You are not an indigene. Please and please don't buy land from local chief. The indigene has special privileges. They will tell you, when the machines come, I will defend you. Just buy and build. Before we come to any community, we rent house in the community. That's the truth. We live with them. We know who owns what and what. So when we come to remove, we remove the ones that we know are in contravention in law, while the indigenes will be resettled.
All right, let's go back to the road corridors that we talked about earlier in Pape, and we're looking at the Karimu markets. Do you have plans for Karimu Dede Road? We still have traders on that.
That one is a massive operation. I pray we'll do that in the first
down
quarter
to
of
the
next
fish
year.
Markets in the
No. I pray we'll do that in the first quarter of next year. That's one of the major one. I think most likely it will be a week-long operation. A week-long operation from the Dede pedestrian bridge, stretching through the Dede furniture market, stretching through Jiwa, down through Karimu, down straight to the Kado fish market area, because we have said that particular place is housing some strategic markets there, furniture market, the produce market, and all of that. Once we are able to reclaim the road, development control, AMMC will take their setbacks. If we know what we're taking as setbacks, 7 meters or 10 meters on both sides of the road. When we take those 10 on both sides of the road, then we clear it straight from the Dede pedestrian bridge. We take it straight through Jiwa down, so that anybody driving on that road, we see a beautiful road shoulder, beautiful space to move on. In the advent of a broken down car, you can park off the road. But not when everywhere is just choked. Everyone is standing on the road. In Karimu, sometimes they even bring tape and put stone. They put stone on the road shoulder, and they sell with all vehicles coming. We have intensive damaging of side mirrors. We have vehicles are what do you call it now, brushing each other. Those are inappropriate. But when we finish there, I know for sure that people will complain again, but at the end they will enjoy a very beautiful road.
Well, we just want to appreciate that the FCT is doing a good job. But the other side of it is the publicity on this ongoing demolition.
No, we've been on it so much. The media houses have all been working on it. If you go around the papers, they are all filled. If you go to other media houses, the broadcast, they are all filled. ITV have been doing its own part of the job, a balanced report that ITV have been doing. We've watched ITV. We've seen people come here to complain, to cry over the impact. Some condemn us, some one or two praises us. That's what a balanced TV like ITV should do. People come here to tell us, oh, you are killing us. We are dying. We ought to sell on the road. Where do we go? You give them the chance to air their view. Today, I'm here telling you they shouldn't be on the road. Those building illegality will all be clear. You are giving me my chance to also air my view. Somebody will come. I want to be neutral. The person will air his own view. I think we are doing a lot when it comes to publicity in terms of removal of illegal structure. And the FCT Minister, Malam Mohammed Musa Bello, was very frantic, was very clear on Friday when he made it very clear that developers of illegal structures, particularly estate developers, would likely be going in for it. You will not escape it.
Well, the issue of estate developers has always been there. We've seen people go to organizations, sell land, maybe sell lands to them without proper papers. They'll tell you we are going to process your paper once you start.
Don't process paper. Once the developer
so what should be the right process? What do you do?
You check when you want to buy a land from an estate. You check from development control. You check from ages the status of the estate. Some of those estates don't have paper. They just get one old paper from somebody. Most times they are likely forged and start to build on unallocated lands, claiming that those particular areas have been given to them. So go to ages, you check. Go to development control, you check, and know the status of the particular estate you are. The one we went to behind Dunamis Church at the airport road, there was no document. People that came out were shocked, no documents, nothing. It was really a very tough one. Most of them cried. Most structures were removed. Big structures were removed. And it was a very painful exercise. And we are still going back to check the estates, and the machines will keep working. Please, before you buy, go and check the estate, verify the estate status. Don't just go because everyone is buying or you feel you have big houses, and by your own plan, by your own things that these houses are so big nobody can remove them. It's just an excavator, that big machine, and some payloader and some dozers. He scraped the house within 5-10 minutes. The whole thing is.
So are we going to be seeing infrastructures in these areas that we've cleared so far? What is the intention of the?
No. Some of the areas cleared are green areas.
Okay.
Some of the area cleared are water corridors. Some of the area cleared are road corridors. Some are meant to be future road. Some, like in Pape now, I pray we get the budget fully passed so that they can commence work by next year. But sadly, those removed are building. So I just feel their pain, because I know and I'm very certain that the machines will come back.
How soon?
Don't worry about that. When you see the machines, I can tell you it's very soon, but the machines will come back. Now, they are building back on the same road where we are hoping to get the budget passed and road will start to come. So I think in all of this, we will be doing our best here. But about it is, you can't claim. Even some areas are just even street corners. Like the one in Bega Quarry, where somebody built a house on top of a bridge. Under the bridge, you put 3 bedroom, 3 room, and parlor self-contained. On top of the bridge, you put 3 shops. I just discovered, but now we don't need any plot of land in Bega Quarry. All what we remove and clear, we clear the road shoulder. That's the truth about it. Some of the ones we cleared, like the one we cleared at Kokoaba rail station by Karamajiji, I think Kuchingoro, that one is a road corridor. The road is already going on. Some of them, the roads may not be ready, but we will still have to clear them, so that in future, people will not need to come and suffer for them. If it's not in the budget and it's a future road, we still have to clear. If you build again, we clear. But now, we want to be involving arrest. When we come to anywhere, we have cleared, you build, we arrest you.
Well, can't we get to that level where Nigerians, we know that you don't need to be forced or demolished, or When are we going to get to that level?
We are praying we get to that level.
So that we don't have this kind of
we are praying.
issues.
For some of us, we want to rest. So that when we come and tell you, we mark your road, don't be on the road, you leave. When we tell you, don't sell on the road, don't block the road, you leave. But when you do all of those things, we remove them. Because when we will mark, the ones that they are building now in Papi, they have all been marked. They are waiting. Some of them are gathering bribe to go and bribe somebody who cannot stop the enforcement.
All right, as we wrap up this discussion, the FCT minister definitely has been doing a lot to ensure that FCT is safe, and it's the Yuletide season. Any message from the FCT in terms of security and the safety of the citizens?
I think the minister has spoken on that. He has appointed an SSA, my colleague, to handle security matters here. That one, I think he will be coming out with his own blueprint. We also have the police commissioner, Babache, doing a wonderful job. The DSS car is complementing. The civil defense is also working very hard. And FCT, for now, is largely safe. Although we have issues where persons come to commit crime, which is normal in human society, but most times they are easily brought down. If you watch the report ITV put together most time by defense correspondent John Tenner from the police command, you can see that the FCT police command is doing a very human job. The FCT civil defense command is doing a very beautiful job. The NDLA and the FCT is destroying thousands of illicit goods regularly. I think across board, the DSS have been so wonderful here. We are just hoping that the citizens can as well complement by reporting criminal activities to relevant agencies so that they can be nipped in the bud and nipped very, very quickly. But I'm hopeful that we'll have a very peaceful December period, although, as it is tradition, people will travel massively home, and FCT will have a reduced and declined population within the Yuletide season.
All right, I must thank you so much for your time. Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister on Monitoring, Inspection and Enforcement, Mr. Iharat. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Don. I thank you for this wonderful time having me here.
All right, that's the much we'll take on this program this morning on ITV. After the break, the discussion continues.